Pleasure, I'm sure.
Package. Here, package for you. Yeah. Take the package quick. I'm horribly wanted here. So, yeah, we gotta get going. Oops. I forgot to put the shield up before doing that. I'm sorry. I meant to put the I was going for a, hey, here's your package, now die. Oh god, I'm hot. Why am I so hot? Why am I so hot? Nobody clip that. Thank you for coming on by, letting me be part of your day. And, boop me. Boop me. You can't see the top of my head, so you can't boop me. Dang it, you booped me. I have an urgent message for the village. Wow, we actually survived that. That is a heck of a landing we just did. The villagers were like, what the hell? Yep, sun just exploded too. I have an urgent message for you all. The sun has just exploded. We are gonna die in 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm amazed I got that time.
Bubbling out of my ass. There. Where is my this we're going to repair. That was great. Now I
Oh yeah, hey, now you really need that. See, one of them is here. I do see our old tracks. Let's see if we can get on top of the Type 8 now. Bonk. Yeah. Oh, stay. Perfect. Heck yeah. 10 out of 10, right? This looks very promising, yeah. Waterworld. Waterworld. Hell yeah. Not that we can turn in the data, but you know, that's cool that we found a water world. I want this. Is there any lower water worlds in this too? Because we're... What? What? Seriously? Holy shit. I was about to say, is this possibly the lowest water world on record? Because we're really far down. Is this possibly the lowest Earth-like? Like, what? Holy shit. Oh, I did not expect to find an Earth-like. Holy shit. Oh, man. I need to... Why did I exit? I didn't exit. I just... oh, I was going to see... Okay, how far are we down, actually? We are on the y-coordinate of negative 3,388. Is there like... Was there like a record for lowest Earth-like on EDSM? So I wonder what it is. I mean, there's probably one lower, but... This is way down there. Records, celestial bodies, planets. Let's see. Earth-like. Lowest is... Wait, this should be lower. This is... No way. No way. No way. I just set the record for the lowest Earth-like. Holy shit. This was the EDSM, and it's only at negative 3382. We just beat it by 6 light years of Y coordinate. Right. There's an ass scout here. Move, ass scout. Come on. What do you think you're doing? Get away from here. Sir. 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 No, no, no. Where do you think you're going, sir? No, no. No, no, no. We're sending you over here now, sir. Alright, howdy everyone. How's it going? How's it going? Continue some of our exploration and scouting for Celebration of Early Astronomy 8. Did some of the scouting yesterday made me I've realigned the route a little bit from this point, so we're gonna continue following that, see how it goes, just because there is the sort of a sparse density, because I was running that issue where it's like I had the route going to go straight through here, but that's not really viable. That's like into the gap thing there, so it gets kind of hard. You kind of have to go around like this. Originally it was gonna be like this, then go back this way, but I'm gonna have to go with like this, and then we're gonna go over to Heart and Soul, I think is what we're looking at. So we're going to scout around, continue scouting around. Got this system here to look at, see what it has. See if we find any other interesting systems we can put on our waypoints and stuff. And welcome on in, Anonymous. How's it going?
System scan complete.
What else do we have near here? Okay. Let's see, where is this Myadu thing that Explorarium's given? Oh, it's that way. Alright, see what this next system will have for us.
Undiscovered system.
Another undiscovered system. Here, let's go and scan that real quick. I'm just installing Explorarium over on the laptop, so I just run it over there because I'm out of such screen real estate on my main computer. just the star. Okay.
Drive charging.
Over to Shadgate TTI.
3, 2, 1, engage.
At all.
System scan
Undiscovered
complete.
system.
All right, let's see what we got here now. Another undiscovered system and just a star. Getting just stars today, apparently. A lot of just stars.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scoop disengaged. Frameshift drive charging. Ready to engage. 4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
All right, let's see what this one has for us.
Fuel scooping.
There's 3 bodies or some sort of planet then. 2 stars. There's a gas giant in here. Always gotta check the gas giants. It might be a glowing green gas giant. Because with my luck, as we have seen, like with that Earth-like record I discovered, I was like, it's just gonna be a nothing stream. We're gonna test the Caspian real quick, and then I discover a record-breaking Earth-like. It's gonna be one of those. Like, just a random day. We're just doing some scouting. Oh, hey, look, glowing green gas giants. It's gonna be that's my luck. It's like, gonna be the most random system ever. So always gotta check those. You never know when one of those will pop up. And there's actually kind of a weird number of glowing green gas giants out in this area of space, roughly out in the south area. Like, most of them are in the south, from what I've been kind of seeing on the ED Astro map. A lot of them are southward, especially between Ardent Soul and the Bubble. There's so many green gas giants apparently in that route.
Undiscovered system.
Fuel scooping.
7 bodies here.
Disengage.
Body
System
1.
scan complete.
Unmapped terraformable.
In an unmapped terraformal in body 1. Might as well map it then. Nothing particularly interesting otherwise in the system, though. Like, I normally don't really explore usually in the Caspian, but this is the scouting ship because the neutron, the 6X neutron lets this thing move around the actual galaxy itself really quick. So I was able to get down to Crab Nebula like super quick, and then I can just go from there, and then I can get back super quick when needed. Plus, I got the new CG out in the new Distant World system, so I might need to zoom on over there at some point too. Decide whether to start or end your night. What's the Neve up to? We're doing some scouting for our upcoming celebration of early astronomy 8 expedition. I'm trying to check this route, make sure there's no issues with it before I get the expedition announced and all that stuff. So we're just kind of manually pre-flying one of the legs of CEA8. Is basically what we're doing, and we're looking to see if there's anything that pops up near the route or whatnot that we might be interested in. Why is my EDMC not fetching the patrols properly? One of the things I want to check. Might as well map these when we hit them. Still shows like Great Arms Flowers, which is where we left from. Glowing green gas giant, because we just left from a glowing green gas giant. We're heading towards another glowing green gas giant. That's what's like. Maybe there's a chance there's a glowing green gas giant between the two.
Surface scanned by 50%.
What this Belle de Fontenay is, because like freaking EDSM, like getting hammered so hard by Distant Worlds that like it's like not loading half the time when I need it. Okay. Huh. Bark mounts have disappeared because of Odyssey on that place, apparently. That one's not viable. Yeah, we're just heading over here because we're just testing our route, basically. This is gonna be another glowing green gas giant over here. There's like a lot over this way, because like that one, and then like between there and there, there's like a whole bunch of glowing green gas giants, like right in here. Oh, did not mean to drop out there. I meant to have the next system targeted in advance. Oops.
Frame shift drive charging.
And see what we find along the way, because if we can find something that's like a, you know, a moon orbiting like somewhere along around, like a moon orbiting like super close to the rings of its parent gas giant or something like that. So some scenery that I can just add to have at least a few more places to stop at along the way. It's a really sparse region of space, and I like to have more than like 1 or 2 waypoints for a leg. That way it's not like, oh, here's a leg, go find stuff, good luck. That way at least have like one thing to stop at, you know?
Body 8. Undiscovered system.
Ooh, 28 bodies, 28 chances for something interesting, right? I don't know if that's exactly how it works, but you know. A lot of ice bodies here. Even if it's something like crystal shards or something worthwhile to stop at, you know what I mean? Not hitting. Oh, they're behind the sun. Asteroid cluster apparently here. Very dark, high metal content world. Things are behind the sun, so we'll just zoom away for a moment.
System scan complete.
All right. Binary gas giants orbiting the two things. It's kind of really close too, aren't they? Hold on. Let me... What the heck? Let me, like, move over that way. Thank you. Not sure we're there. Close to each other, but they're kind of over there. Why does it do that? Then stops. I don't. Not that close. They're still like over 100 light seconds from each other. All right, over to the next system.
Undiscovered system.
9 bodies in here. Get your 9 bodies. Let's see what they are.
Disengage.
Rocky ice world of some sort.
Body 1A. Argon atmospheric landable with life.
Oops, or there it is.
System scan complete.
All right, nothing particularly interesting there. A lot of systems are just gonna be like, whatever. You get that a lot in exploration, though. Just the sun's there. Scan this system. Bunch of ice and rocks, it looks like. And another star over there.
Body 2C. Methane atmospheric landable with life. May host a new personal codex entry.
Life.
Body
Regular
2D.
life.
Methane atmospheric landable with life. May host a new personal codex entry. Body 2D. Methane atmospheric landable with life.
Fair amount of life over there in
May
any
host a new
case.
Personal codex entry. Body 2E. Methane atmospheric landable with life. May host
Hey, Aaron the Arrow 0707, thank you for the follow.
Body 2B.
Welcome to the Storm Chaser crew. How's it going?
May host a new
We just catch over here in the. Oh, you're getting a legendary for your first cast over there, it looks like.
Methane
Tiger Shark, heck yeah.
with life.
Scan complete.
May host
Got a
new
lot of life.
codex entry.
Life over here. That's what this is.
Carbon dioxide atmospheric landable with life. May host a new personal codex entry.
Bunch of life. 2. Yeah, 2, okay. Yeah, all the bios. Bios. 3. 3. 3. Wow, the weirdest. It's kind of a weird little life spring, isn't it? Much bacterium, though. Mainly bacterium. Oh, and some gummy worms. Look how close these orbit to each other. Mostly, yeah, bacterium, fungoid, osseous. Wait for me, but yeah, check you out, listen to fall asleep. Heck yeah, yeah, we got some relaxing music, trying to just mostly just do some relaxing exploration this evening. It's like super late for me too, but I work a weird shift. But otherwise, yeah, we're just exploring for our upcoming celebration of Early Astronomy 8 expedition. That'll be from June to August. Like 2.5 to 3 months, basically. Nothing too crazy, nothing too short. A nice, you know, medium grade expedition. Grave the Caspian's gonna be out soon. Yeah, I kind of normally don't explore in it. This is kind of actually a weird time for me to be exploring in it. I really like the Corsair for exploration. That's my main exploration ship. But since I'm doing scouting, basically, I'm just doing, because I have an expedition that's going to be planning, and we're going to be going from like the bubble. We're going to be coming all the way down here. And we're going to be going over to this way, and then up this way a little bit. And so I'm trying to, yeah, I've got the route planned, right? And then I just need to spot check, like, need to spot check a little bit there, spot check a little bit there, spot check a little bit there. So that 6x neutron boost is great for me. Like, okay, I just want to spot check here. I can just zoom there. And then right now we're in the places. So now I'm flying slowly to see what we can find in the area. Ooh, yeah, for combat, yeah. I might even be taking, yeah, because they got that new CG out. And I do like to be a villain at CGs, to put it lightly. I do like to sometimes be a little bit of a villain at CGs. So I wanted to, and this thing, you know, you can get a combat outfit of this thing with still with 60 plus light years on it. So I might go take that out to the new station way out there and see how it holds up in that regards as well. I know Gino did a really fun build with like a bunch of pack hounds and missiles. Granted, that might not be the most effective at this particular spot because it's most people are going to be trying to jump into a station. I almost one of the events I want to do, speaking of combat Caspian, one of the events I do want to do on CEA8, so this is going to CEA8, so a little bit of a spoiler for CEA8, but we in one of the early systems for CEA8 is Alpha Cygni, which is also more famously known as Deneb. Star Trek fans will know it is the place where the first episode of The Next Generation took place. And, you know, you can't say this ship's not Star Trek inspired, right? And so I want to have like a PvP battle, get people like bring Caspians, equip them with a bunch of turreted beam lasers, and then like a plasma cannon to represent like photon torpedoes, and have some PvP matches at Farpoint Station. Which I'm trying to get in touch with the architect there, because there's a guy who actually colonized it, and I want to get in touch with the guy and be like, hey, do me a favor, just if you can, I'll even PayPal you if you want me to. I'm trying to get in touch with this commander, but he hasn't been online for a while. So if anyone knows Commander Comrade Forge, you can get him in touch with me. That'd be great. Because what I want him to do is, hey, if you can do me a favor, do me a solid, lay a surface port on the planet. So I think there's a spot for this. I think I saw. Oh, it won't show me what the spot counts are. Maybe there's not a surface. But I want to see if they can lay a surface station, name it Farpoint Station, and then we'll have an event there. And I'll just be like, just lay it down. I'll construct it. Just lay it down for me. But I can't get in touch with the guy, but that would be cool. But in case, I do want to have like some PvP match, like a Star Trek PvP themed match here. So stuff like that. Because unlike certain expeditions, we do enjoy PvP along the expedition route. Spice it up a little. There's bios on this planet. Apparently not. Where'd that other one go? Does this one have the bios? Primary is cutter for combat. Kestrel's heavy question my life choices. Yeah, Kestrel. I have a type 10 for PvE, but the Kestrel's very good for like PvP. It's actually kind of weird. The Kestrel's not exactly as easy in PvE because the NPCs like move weird, and the NPCs, some of the way the NPCs react are tied to your velocity and stuff. And so they react in the strangest ways with the Kestrel that makes no sense. And so it's actually really weird to get like fixed frag cannons to like actually hit the dang NPCs because they do the weirdest crap in response to you. That like actual players wouldn't do. They'll just randomly slow down, and it's like stop that. Aussies Pumas. Let's check out this Aussies Pumas while we're here at least. The Aussies are pretty much everywhere on this planet, apparently.
Orbital flight engaged.
I don't have the ablative on this. I just have the min-max kind of the jump range for the most part on this. Alright, saying slap on all multis on the Kestrel, I assume. For issues you do that, they don't have sustain for PvE. Main focus is if someone starts on me, I'll bump them back. The special plasmas for PvE, I would say do the special plasmas actually, because they just go off the fuel tank, and you get a crap ton of ammo. Like the thing actually has a pretty decent fuel tank for how much those things do. Oh, for the cutter, regular cannons. If you want to give Rain an aneurysm, recreate my cutter because Rain hates my cutter. Well, a cutter I used to have that I need to recreate again. But it was a complete accident. I just had a bunch of cannons stored on a cutter, and a few of them had different shot speeds. And so I then decided, oh, what if I just deliberately make every single cannon have a different projectile speed? And then I ended up, like, it was kind of this, like, side combat trading cutter I had, and then I ended up, like, doing some wing stuff with Rain, and he popped over to my stream for a second, and he's like, sister, I popped to your stream for 1 second and had an aneurysm. What the actual fuck are you doing? Because you just have like 9 different reticles all every which way. And now that there's the Nikaido Kane's power play thing, is the cannon has the 3 shots, I'm going to be like, okay, all cannons, every single thing has a different shot speed, and oh, some of them shoot 3 at once. And I just want to have that for the memes of it. And it was actually not terrible at PvE. Like, it struggled a little bit with shields, but it wasn't that bad, actually. Like, that was the funny part of it. It's like, it just seems like a shitpost, because it is a shitpost, but it's actually a decent shitpost. I actually killed someone in PvP once with it too, because I was doing some trading in my home system, which is like a stronghold for my power.
First partial sample.
And there was another enemy power player that came in there, and we actually went and they were attacking our stronghold carrier, and I went and actually killed them with this nonsense cutter. Some more of this Alcius. Yeah, that's okay. That's where, yeah, because when you followed, I was like, I know your name from somewhere. It must have been Rain's chat. You must have been watching when I closed him up in the landing gear of that ship. Then
minimum distance reached. You've traveled over 800 meters from previous sample.
More over there again. I've seen more over there, but. There's one there. I've lost myself now. There we are. Probably are mine, but looked at your DPS and said bad, huh? You know, it's actually, I think a lot of people don't realize that the cutter 2, it has the 2 that are out on the nacelles, the 2 hard points out on the nacelles. But then all the other ones are actually around the fuselage, so it actually doesn't have bad convergence for the fuselage hard points. And I actually, another one of the cutters I used to run before it kind of got taken away, the new ships kind of outruled it or whatever. Another one I had torpedo launchers on the nacelles with the reverb shield stuff. This is actually my assassination target cutter, which I actually think it still exists. But I had reverb torps out on the nacelles that I'd shoot and drop their shields down. And then I just had fixed multi-cannons all around the fuselage. And it actually did really well. Yeah, okay, you're the one that DM'd the shot, yeah. Yeah, because, yeah, where I fought the shield cutters. My shield type 10 versus the Nakiri's shield cutter for 16 whole minutes. That was a fun little fight, though. But yeah, that's one thing I do. I guess instead of torpedoes, if you wanted to sustain, you could do something like gimbals or something out there. Put your gimbaled lasers out on the nacelles, and then fixed or gimbaled multi-cannons or cannons, your kinetic around the fuselage. Because yeah, the around the as you've probably seen, around the fuselage, the convergence isn't actually too bad. Yeah, finding the balance between PvE and PvP is the real pain. Yeah, it's like if you're wanting to actually go up, like actually fighting back against other players, you really need a special PvP build. Because yeah, there's kind of just like a difference in PvE and PvE, because the NPCs just don't run the kind of ships that the players do, and I really wish FDev wouldn't have backed down on their NPC buff they did a few years back. 2019, I think it was. Because there was a point in 2019, I think it was the September patch, where they actually buffed the NPCs, made them a lot more intelligent, and like actually made them a challenge. Like they actually weren't complete and utter dipshits for most of them. Like except for like they made it like the harmless ones were still idiots. But like if you found like an elite NPC, like they were actually a risk, not just because of how much out damage and weapons and armor they had. They actually had tactics and would actually try to stay behind you. And like, it was actually pretty fun. Now they're just dipshits again though, because people complained. But it's like, yeah, back then, it's like, oh yeah, you'd actually want a PvP build for PvE, because like some of the some of the NPCs were like actual players that knew how to fight. But yeah, like Cutter for the most part is just, you're gonna be shield tanking too, so it's gonna kind of fly like that Type 10 I had, where you're just kind of really just, you know, taking the damage. The weapon loadout might be different though, because the Type 10 has that weird little, you probably saw the 3 railguns in that little triangle. Because the Type 10, you can get those railguns that triangle. I don't know if there's anything on the Cutter that can do railguns very well at all though. I don't know if the fuselage convergence is really good enough for rail guns on the Cutter. But it could be. I kind of wish that, I wish they'd like do some stuff allowing older ships to have the Mark II weapons in some capacity or something. Like, after they've been, the new Mark II stuff's been around with some of the older or the newer ships, allow some of the other manufacturers like, oh, we've reverse engineered it and we've made a compatible version for our ships, kind of thing. Now that after they've had their time being new in the sun and unique to a certain ship, the other manufacturers like, okay, we figured out how to do that too. You know? Run a new ship, don't want to pick a Kestrel, so the last few days trying to decide. The Kestrel's definitely, the Kestrel's also one of those ones that's like really showcases, like there really should be like a demo for the ARC ships, like the ability to be like, hey, I want to demo this ship, because you're paying for ship. Like it'd be great to on the ARC store be like, hey, can I have a demo, and you get 1 day with the thing. You can get it once per account, you get a day to fly the thing and see if you like it. Because the Kestrel is one of those ones that like a lot of people either love it or hate how it flies, because it's boosting things really cool, but it's also really hard and twitchy to control if you're not used to it, and if you're really not used to like really small stick things, it's going to be a hell to fly. So it's one of those ships where it's like you're either going to vibe with it or you're not going to vibe with it. There's no in between. Yeah, it takes a little bit to get used to, but even some people still just like I'm used to it. I still don't like it, you know, kind of thing. I like it. I have it on my other one. I haven't bought it on Kezuka yet. I bought it for NiamhKami. But yeah, I got 3 large pacifiers and 2 gimbaled small frags on there. It's a ganking build. Let's see. Around the halfway point. Okay, I'll do a few more of these jumps, and I might just see if I can zoom velocity with a neutron. Then because I want to also scout down across the gap here, because And it doesn't show well. There's kind of like there's a star density gap, like basically. So crossing here isn't really viable, so that's why we kind of go with this. That's for the big selling point. Yeah, they're really nice because they get you pretty competitive with a in PvE without having to do any engineering. Granted, like engineered frag cans are going to do about twice the damage, a little more than twice the damage of those, but you know, it takes engineering, and being able to do half the DPS of an engineered G5 pacifier is no small feat for an unengineered weapon that you can just equip. So they're really good for that. That's a really good thing. And they're so fun to shoot. They really are fun. I was just like, I don't know if that's why I was running for a little bit, and you could still do a crap ton of damage. Yeah, because they work using the fuel. They're really hot though. That's their downside. It's like if you're gonna be running those plasma things, you better be running like 3 heatsink launchers on that bad boy. Because that's what when I was running it, it's like every time I had to pull a trigger, I had to push the heatsinks out first because it would overheat otherwise. If I was doing anything more than just like one little shot, like if I was mag dumping, you had to have the heatsinks gone. So these, you got a contact binary here, though. Mines Challenger, maybe River Mines, Rails, maybe Plasma. Those ones are fun. Federal Shalt Ship is actually pretty fun, too, and it's not terribly popular. Where I don't remember which side that thing I was looking for was on. Let's just boost away slightly. Oh hey, there's that blue star looking galaxy that Rain was actually talking about. Too. Actually, I don't know which one that actually is. Either. You can see it's a little more than a star though, because yeah, this is I'll clip this. See if this is the one that Rain Man's talking about. I'll send this to him. See if Rain Man is referring to. Pretty sure that's a galaxy out there. No, he was looking for one of the blue star you could see everywhere, and it's like, yeah, that's probably one of the galaxies. Because there's the really obvious ones, right? Because we kind of see here the Large Magellanic Cloud. Out of this, my camera. Could also just be a star. Corner is Andromeda there too. It was the opposite way of Andromeda, right? Yeah. See any particular blue ones that are sticking out? Oh no, Andromeda's. There's another galaxy up there too. Be up here, and I'm not seeing a blue that's sticking out up here. Pretty sure it's in this rough. Oh, maybe it is some of the. Nope, maybe not. Okay. I really wish. Quality of life feature I wish FDev would do is you can be like wherever your ship is pointing, right? You could be like, you go in the galaxy map and you could have something that's in here. You don't always have to have it because, you know, you have some of these things you can turn off, right? Like I have the system connectors off, which you see the clear the target now. Matt here, either like the system connectors, right? Like have another one of those things you can actually turn on or off, but it would actually show a line like imagine a green line, and it would just go forever in whatever direction your ship is pointing in that system. It would just be like, bzz, and you'd be like, okay, what am I looking at? You could be like, okay, that's where I'm looking towards, right? That'd be so great. Your thoughts on No Man's Sky? Looks like a really fun game. I don't know if it's exactly my cup of tea from what I've seen, but definitely looks like a fun game. Try to catch his streams. I haven't been able. I have kind of such a odd schedule now. I haven't been able to catch his streams too terribly often, outside of his streamathon where he's ran so late. And it was actually kind of weird because the only reason I was even there when he was in Cocoon Nebula is because I woke up and couldn't sleep that night, so I woke up weirdly early. But I don't know if I would necessarily enjoy No Man's Sky though. I really like some of the things that like Rain Man's like. I really like that you can get to the planet super quick and you just jump all over like super quick. I kind of like the actual like it takes time to travel, whereas he seems like having it not take time to travel. So kind of a little bit of a different view on space exploration there. But yeah, that's why I wish you'd just be like, bzz, where am I looking? This way? That's behind us. Seeing was it Rosetta I was looking at or no? It's over this way. We'll just target BD. Yeah, it's something over out there. He's that way. Closer to these things then. See, that's even further. So you have to do this nonsense to figure out what you're looking at. BD, so it's gonna be something that's like up here. That. Probably that right there. Yeah, that's probably what it was then. Okay. We're looking there, right? Oh, we are. That's what I'm targeting. Yeah, so it's that thing. It's probably, I think it's that thing that we're actually seeing. It's one of the other galaxies. There's a bunch of galaxies. You get the obvious ones like Andromeda. Is the large and small Magellanic Clouds. Which, fun fact, these are actually already technically colliding with the Milky Way. They're already starting to be gravitationally torn by the Milky Way as of some years ago, but they are starting their collision technically with the Milky Way already. There's like 37 of them, I think it was. You've been this guy with No Man's Sky, gotcha. No, I need to. That is not what I want to target. What were we? We were doing something in the system, weren't we? Okay. Oh yeah, there wasn't. Yeah, nothing necessarily interesting here. Let's pop to the next one.
Disengaged.
Scans on these. Yeah, the wacky stuff. So, see, I'm also really into the astrophysics to an extent too, or the astronomy. That's actually what CEA actually focuses on. Celebration of Early Astronomy, and we actually focus on the real-world objects that are in the in-game galaxy, such as the real nebulae, like Crab Nebula, stuff like that. Although, so what we're actually doing on CEA8, our goal is going through a bunch of different ones. Like we're going over, Deneb, I already mentioned that. We're going down, Epsilon Orionis, also Al Nilam, one of the stars of Orion's Belt. A few different, ALS 2299. That's Thor's Helmet Nebula. Thor's Helmet Nebula. Seagull Nebula, Rosette Nebula, Jellyfish Nebula, Crab Nebula, Monkey's Head Nebula. Hitting those up, going down, hitting up some clusters like NGC 1893. Getting on down, three Geminorum over here. And then HD 39340 is actually the furthest south catalog star in the in-game galaxy. Have I ever discovered a glowing green gas giant? No, not myself. I visited them actually, and what we're actually flying towards here is a glowing green gas giant that we're gonna just have as a waypoint on there. What I'm flying to and from are both actually glowing green gas giants from here and here. That's why I'm like I gotta extra check the gas giant because there's actually a weirdly high, more glowing green gas giants in this area of space than like others for some reason. There's like a lot of the glowing green gas giants are like here. Like most of them are here. And then there's a few elsewhere. Yeah, they're super rare. Yeah, there's only like 20 known. It's something like that. There's very few of them. Super, super rare. Because it was actually an unintended glitch of the Stellar Forge that FDev was just like, okay, well, we'll just canonize it or whatever. And they were able to make it so they have special description and whatnot. They figured out what caused it and did that. But one of these days, I'll probably eventually stumble across one. I do have the record. I do hold the record for the lowest known Earth-like, though. So I do have that. That's one of my claims to exploration fame. Is way down here in HD 21503, and it's kind of funny. It's a really funny one because I can't. If I show the system map, it doesn't actually show it because this is a Caspian only system, so you can't actually leave the system with your data. This is a system that you would only reach. Yeah, lowest Y coordinate. There's the other one that we just beat was at negative 3384, I think. We beat it, no, 3382. We beat it by 6 light years. So yeah, the only way to get to this system, I don't have the other one bookmarked, but there's a system, and then you have to make a 535 light year jump to another system right around here somewhere. Totally didn't. I should have marked them all, shouldn't I have? I don't remember the system names. But okay, so there's a system you can get to at the carrier, and you can pre-charge a ship with a neutron and then just ride the carrier. So you get to a system with your carrier. That's around here somewhere. I really wish stars would show up better. Scrubbing around like this. Ah, here is it. One of these. It's also a catalog star. I remember that. And you can make a 535, it's like 535 or 536 light year jump to this other system. And then from that system, you need to make, I think it was 126 light year jump to HD 21503. And there ended up being an Earth-like in there. And like, I was just like, and it's so funny when I realized too. Like, there's a clip of when I realized too, because I'm like, oh, that's cool. We're really far down. I wonder how close we are to having the record. Let me look at EDSM. Yeah, I'm sure there's something even further down. I look at EDSM, I'm like, wait, no way. I was like, hold on. Just like a whole 30 seconds to just be like, I gotta be reading that wrong. I can't be reading that right.
System test complete. Frameshift drive charging.
Yeah, there's an irony in me having an Earth-like record too, because I am like, when it comes to explorers, I'm horrendous at finding Earth-likes. Like I've found like maybe like 6 or 7 in my whole career. I just don't really focus because they're usually in like G, F, or K systems. But I just hit any system, so I actually don't have that many Earth-likes compared to people that have explored less than me, just because they focus more on them. But I'm just like, I'll just explore wherever. So it's actually kind of funny that I have an Earth-like record, but I'm like so just like infamously bad at actually finding Earth-likes.
Frameshift drive charging.
So yeah, we're definitely starting to hit near the arm gap where there's just like no stars. It's sad. See, people say the view in this thing is great, but like no. Like I'm sorry, but no. Like down, sure, like when you're looking down, decent view, but like no. 13 here. It's covered by someone. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna have anything interesting there, so I'm just gonna pass that up. Over to this UOI system then. Yeah, I think I got my first Earth-like on Distant Worlds 2 actually. And it was when I was going between Colonia and Sagittarius A, I decided to go up and visit the, at the time, highest known system. It was the Peak, I think, or something or other like that. I think I still have it bookmarked, I wonder. If I still have it bookmarked. No. Not. I have a bookmarked in EDSM, I think. Smumbier, that's not the Peak. That's high up there. I don't think that's the Peak, though. That's just a black hole that's up there. It's somewhere around here, though. I don't know why I have that. Visited it either. What is that? Like, I don't even know why I have this. What this bookmark is, and why I ever bookmarked it. Like, I have so many bookmarks. It's like, what was that again? I don't remember. Oh, this is a really fun cluster actually over here. This is one that like I kind of like I half want to do an expedition to, but I also don't. Like, it's this really long cluster. It's like 3,000 light years long. But to get through it, you have to have a carrier because they're like multiple jumps that are like 300, 400 light years long through this whole cluster of NGC 2506, which I visited and went through it myself. But yeah, it's a really interesting cluster. Because like CEA8, we did Caldwell 1, which I think, yeah, there's Caldwell 1, NGC 188, which you can only get in or out of with a carrier from, well, you can get into it with the Neutron, I think. I think you can get in with Ploy or the YQU. Actually, I think you couldn't. I think if I remember correctly, you couldn't actually, even with that. Let me check. You can now with the Caspian. .80 light years. Yeah, no, that was you had to have a carrier to get in, even though that was a Neutron. You could get in there now with the Caspian, but the Neutron. But CEA8, we went there because this Caldwell 1 is up here, NGC 188, and there's 300 stars in this cluster. Like, God, I wish these would like really just like show all the stars. Like this map is so bad at showing stars. Like, why? Anyways, there's 300 stars in this thing. It used to be better before Odyssey 2. Like, the Odyssey map is so much worse. It used to be really easy just to, the old Horizons map, scrub around like that. Like, but not the Odyssey map. But yeah, so yeah, CEA8, Celebration of Early Astronomy 5, we did a few years ago. That was one of its legs, is we popped people into there and then spent a whole week, I think 2 weeks, actually just surveying as many of the 300 stars in there as we could. Stuff like that. Where were we? We were going to go, okay. Any bets on them unlocking the Caspian after the CG ends? I don't know. Watch them wait until after Distant Worlds 3 is done. I'm so half tempted to load up this Caspian once I get done scouting out here. Load up this Caspian with a bunch of weapons and take it over there, and just to do my usual villain at the CEA8, but over there. You know, actually give them a reason for having banned me, because it's so stupid. It's so stupid how Distant Worlds 3's banned me. Because it was like it was when they were at Beagle Point. I was getting bored with it. And I had said on stream, oh, I think I'll probably be going back to the bubble. I'm kind of bored with Distant Worlds 3. Lo and behold, the next day, they somehow, like, one of them just happened to, completely coincidentally, look back to a kill I had in Colonia, like, 3 weeks prior. That was, not only was it in open, it was consensual duel with a friend who wasn't even on Distant Worlds 3, and it was before their fleet even reached Colonia. And it was something that I'd even specifically asked one of their moderators, like, hey, if I do this in open, is that okay? And they said yes. And they were perfectly fine for this for 3 fucking weeks. Until suddenly I broadcast on Twitch that I was bored with Distant Worlds 3, and suddenly now it's a bannable offense. And proof that I'm ganking their expedition, and it's like, and like, I went to appeal them on, like, no, I'm not ganking your expedition. This is a friend. They're not even on your expedition. It was an open, it was consensual, and you guys weren't even there yet. And they're like, stop rules lowering, and it blocked me. And so it's like, I'm half tempted to just be like, okay, you want to ban me for ganking your expedition? Fine, I'll go actually gank your expedition then. Like, right? It's just so stupid. And they've had some weird, like, there's been a few of them that have had a weird grudge against me since even before Distant Worlds 3. Like, there was someone that was one of their staff that gave me some behind the scenes, you know, a little leak, so to speak, that someone on their staff had apparently at some point said, oh, Celebration of Early Astronomy, it's a really, you know, ambitious expedition. We better keep our eye on them. Like, apparently before Distant Worlds 3. Like, yeah, like,
Frameshift drive.
like they were feeling threatened or something. I don't understand. And like, it was so weird. But yeah, no, it's like the timing is so sus. Like, you guys were fine with this. You literally knew about this. Like, you guys actually knew about this. Like, I had okayed it with one of your mods, and I had even at another point in a mod clarified with a different mod. Like, if I kill an open, that's fine, right? And they were like, yeah, that's fine. Just don't kill in the PG. Okay. And so they were perfectly fine with this kill for 3 weeks, up until the day after I happened to say on the Twitch stream that I was bored with Distant Worlds 3. Like, they're so sensitive. Like, it's like, I like the idea of the expedition, but oh my god, the people that are running it. Right? Bored, unacceptable. Well, yeah. But it's so funny too, because like, yeah, no, I was like, I even wanted to, I was like, look, I won't actually, you know, you've known me since Distant Worlds 2. Like, I never ganked Distant Worlds 2. I've never ganked any of the first 7 Celebration of Early Astronomies. I didn't gank at the Eldritch Gate when I co-ran it. I didn't gank the Apollo Memorial Expedition that I was on. Like, I've been on like 10 plus expeditions that I have never ganked. It's like, and I can promise you I won't gank yours. And then I pointed out, it was all in open and all that. And they're just like, stop rules loading, and blocked me. And then it was like 2 weeks later, they're like, they let Gino, who's a great guy, like he'll actually keep his promise, but they let him just be like, I promise not to gank your expedition. Okay, fine, you come on in, but they won't let me do the same. But I have a track record of not ganking their expedition while being in their private group. Like, it's like if I was a dirty expedition ganker, I would have ganked people on any number of expeditions already since 2018. Like, yes, I gank CGs. That doesn't mean I gank in private groups or expeditions. Yeah, they're in their like private group, and then they kicked me out of their Discord too. And then the whole thing with Rain Man when we were just screwing around in Cocoon Nebula, someone apparently was just like, I don't even know, just like they were just like browsing the kill board because like gankers live rent-free in their head or something. I don't know. And then they're like, see, they're faking your numbers. That one wasn't even anywhere near Distant Worlds. And it's like, oh my god. It's like we weren't doing anything related to Distant Worlds. Yeah, like it's called an EDMC plugin that just logs everything. Yeah, no, and it wasn't even like I'm a bored, screw this event. Like it was just like, I'm just kind of bored at the moment. There's gonna be some more stuff to do in the bubble. I'm gonna go back there, and then maybe I'll fly back out for a future leg. Like I wasn't even being like, fuck these guys, blah blah blah, or anything. Like I get it if I was all like, fuck these guys, blah blah blah. I mean, now I'm kind of like, fuck these guys, blah blah blah. But like back then, I was just like, I've been out here a few weeks, kind of bored. I'm gonna go back to the bubble, do some stuff, fly back out. I was kind of bored at the moment. Seems kind of aimless. We don't know what we're gonna do after Beagle Point. I'll see where it goes, see if I'm interested in where it goes. But and they took offense to that apparently, because it was the very fucking next day, and it was, a thing that they had known about for weeks and were fine with up until that day. There are people in open, but they're like, officially they want, as they say, it takes place in the private group. And that's the thing with their rules too. Like their rules have it written that like, oh, if you're in open, don't bother us if you get ganked. That's your own fault. Like their rules are written like that. Like, we have the private group if you want to be safe. If you log into open, and you end up being someone else's content, that's not our problem. Don't come crying to us. Except for the moderators wrote their rules so they wouldn't have to deal with things happening in open. And then they're becoming so preoccupied with stuff happening in open, they're just going out of their way to bother themselves with the things happening in open. It's like, I don't get it either. Like, it's like you guys gave yourself a free ticket to not have to worry about anything in open, and then you guys didn't take it. Like, it's like, really, anything, like, it's like, that's the same thing with my expeditions. Like I make the private group available. I'll let anyone that's on the expedition in the private group until they show at least once that they've actually ganked in the private group. Like, it's like, if you gank in open, whatever. If you gank in open even on my expedition route, whatever. Just not in the private group. And that's like a sensible policy, I think, like, because some people, it's like, on the way, I'll gank in open. I won't, if I have agreed to the rules of a private group that says no ganking, I won't gank in it. Like, I have the Mobius PV group. I'm pretty sure I have that still. God forbid they told Mobius to kick me or some shit. I don't know. Pretty sure I have that. Let's see. Yeah. I've been in the Mobius PvE group since 2018, and I've never once ganked in it. If I was a dirty, dirty private group Granker, you don't think I'd be in Mobius. Pegasus appointment expedition in private. It's for other people that don't want to deal with the don't want to deal with like the PvE of that, which is fair. Some people just don't want to have that experience, and that's their prerogative. And so you make it available. People can do the thing in the PG if they want, and it lets like meetups be safe and whatnot for the people that don't want to have to worry about getting shot at and whatnot. So like I understand that. It's just they are taking it way too far. Like, and caring about open as well, like. Yeah, shit just happens in open. It's fair to consider it free game. And like even then, like if you want to be like, okay, fine, you're ganking people in open along our expedition route, I could even understand that. But when the person comes back and be like, no, it was my friend, we were shitting around in stock Mandalays that we bought at Jocks, said person isn't even on your expedition, they agreed to it, plus your expedition wasn't even there yet, then maybe, it's not actually, don't be like, ban them for ganking your expedition when it's pretty clear that was not the intent and that both parties agreed to it. But like, yeah, it's like, I may be a ganker, but if you don't want that, it's all completely up to you if you want to play in private group, and that's your cup of tea. That's your cup of tea. I have no issue with that. I'm not gonna be like, oh, you're bad for playing in private group, or why are you playing in solo? Whatever, blah blah blah. Like, perfectly fine. That's just what some people want. They just don't want a multiplayer experience, and that's perfectly fine. And some people do. There's so many reasons for them to have not banned you. And there's reasons they could have banned me besides that, too. Like, I was trolling their Discord. I'm kind of a troll. And, like, I was making jokes. Like, ones that I don't really think could have been banned, but they could have just been like, yeah, you're being too much of a troll, bye. And, like, I'd be like, okay, fair, bye. And, like, I would have been like, okay, whatever. Okay, sure, fine. You don't like my sense of humor. Like, I wasn't being, like, insulting or anyone, but they could have just been like, you're just harsh in the vibe, man. We don't want you. And I would have been like, okay, fair enough. That's your prerogative. Like, but to come up with something that is provably false and then just stick to your guns when you've been proven wrong, fuck you. Like
Fuel slipping. Fuse disengaged.
it's like, at least let it make sense. And then the other one I don't get too is like, there was someone else who emailed them. I didn't even ask them to, but they emailed them to try to petition my ban. And they're like, oh, and then you tried to ban evade. So they didn't even realize that they didn't, like, the start of this person's email was like, I am not Neve, but I am emailing to ask, vouch for them. And they didn't even read that part, acted like this person was me. And then like, and then you tried to ban evade. And I'm sitting here like, what the fuck are they talking about?
Map terraformable.
It's like, no, I didn't. What are you talking about? And the only thing I can even conceivably think of is that I had my old Discord account, Kesika, from before I started streaming, that happened to be sitting in their FleetCom Discord, that I haven't logged into in months. Probably what happened is they banned my Neve account. Discord's automated systems go, oh, this account happens to match their, we can tell this is an alt account. And it probably banned that and flagged as alt account. They're probably like, oh, ban evasion. It's like, I haven't logged in that fucking account for months. Maybe you actually read your Discord panel properly, buds.
Creative drive charging.
See, like they know how to do that. Like, I guess. Actually, I don't even know how that appears on the Discord panel. Maybe it just straight up says ban evasion, and they can't tell when the date was. But still, that's the only thing I can think of, and maybe it was that. I don't know. Interesting. Tried Bromolite mining since type 11 Neve. Praise grades. I know I've tried Bromolite specifically. I don't think I've done Bromolite. I don't really do mining that often. I kind of did it for the merits, but I don't usually do mining. Like, I had straight up built that ship just for that time we went out. That was really fun doing it in a group, though. That, like, doing it in a group, yeah, I just really don't like doing it solo. 322 tons of 25, yeah. The game should be solo open because the whole point of an expedition, in my eyes, is to be with other people. And in private, they're basically excluding people they don't deem acceptable. Yeah, pretty much. They're just kind of, I don't know. They're just like, well, you can still fly around and, you know, do it in open. It's like, well, what's the point at that point? Like, oh, hey, first map by Sylvie Wafer. That's one of my squad mates. I know that name.
System stand.
Anyways. There we go. We got a Sylvie system. A mapped Sylvie system. What's how Sylvie been doing? But yeah, I mean, that's even a case in point. Like, of people that want to play in Sylvie. Sylvie is someone who plays only in solo. Outside of our expeditions, she'll pop into our private group. But she only plays in solo otherwise. She's not really into the multiplayer aspect. And that's fine. You know? Mining missions for Bromlite. Be a fun way to do Finance Fridays sometime. Yeah, without power play too much, yeah. And that's one of the things I could think would be a good balance too. You get solo for the people that want to play, solo and PG for the people that want to play like in curated groups or alone, and stuff. And then you have the stuff like the BGS and the power play and whatnot that are affected by player actions. Like, have it such that there's a reduced, you know, minimized or even no effect potentially. I think more power play would be the no effect. For solo and power, you know, that. And it's like, okay, if you want to do this power play, this inherently PvP, you know, system that we've played called power play, you want to do that, you're gonna need to be in open. Otherwise, you could get your merits, but you won't actually get control score for what you do, kind of thing. I think it would be a decent balance, right? Okay, you still engage in this, but you're not going to be engaging in the PvP aspect of it. What I think would be a fair compromise. BGS, it's kind of iffy because sometimes it's not necessarily PvP. Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. That's where you get kind of into where it'd be a little harder for them to, you know, make that solo or private only. But I think for power play, something reasonable, like reduced control score or even no control score for actions done in private or solo would be acceptable.
3, 2, 1, engage.
I just like for bounty hunting, you had to haul a few thousand tons of commodities. I don't know why would it require hauling commodities? I don't know if I'm getting where that's going.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scoop
Yeah, it's got to be to make people want to play. It's fun. Yeah, I mean, if they, you know, obviously make the power play system fun, but like, I don't know. I mean, that's just what I'd see acceptable. I don't really have an issue with it at the moment. Me personally, I always do it in open anyways. I like open play. Or heck, even it could be something as simple like make it so like, okay, if the system is an actual like acquisition conflict, then it has to be an open kind of thing. Like, you know, if you're going to be going to the conflict, Yeah. Can't do it with people who like lose it. But yeah, that's like gotta work around that, you know. Gotta get you know, it's supposed to be like a team PvP effort thing, you know?
System scan complete. Frameshift drive charging.
Yeah, the BGS is where it gets weird though, because there's not really a good way to tell when it's at least the systems to tell when it's PvP or not. For players, yeah, but like to the actual game engine, minor factions are minor faction. Doesn't really, even them being player minor factions doesn't necessarily mean they're actually manned by players. I don't know, yeah, like, I think at this point, it'd be, like, with how the system is now, it wouldn't really work to do that. Like, it would have had to have been built from the ground up with open-only in mind, though. Because, like, the way it is now, some of the things only really work, like the datapad stuff. Like, if they made the datapad stuff open-only, someone in the enemy power, all they'd have to do is just hold the instance open. And then nobody else can get the stuff because they've held the instance open in an instance that has no data stuff. So it wouldn't really be viable with the current PowerPlay 2.0 system. Like, even if they were to do it now. Like, it would have had to have been something that would have had to been developed from the ground up with that in mind.
Frameshift drive charging.
But if it was from the ground up with something in mind, that I think would be kind of, you know, way it would work. Making it a specific sort of PvP mode, but that's not how it is, unfortunately. So even the people that are like, oh, make it open only, it wouldn't really work in the current the way the thing's currently made. Yeah, because unfortunately, there's just so many systems and loops and stuff with Elite that don't necessarily work in open if you're expecting there to be multiple players of opposing sides, or even just stuff that just fails to work in open. Like, it's like the instancing thing too. Like heck, Thargoid Titans. They were great, but they were not well optimized for open. Like, even Axie was having to go into private groups and stuff because the instances would just break if there were too many people. Yeah, like only attacking strongholds, carriers, and open. Yeah. Some of that'd be interesting, yeah. Get some sort of pop-up that says, oh, you're attacking this stronghold carrier, but you're in a private group. Be aware that this will not contribute any control score unless you're in open. Something like that, yeah, something like that. Like, there are certain things that, like, could reasonably be done open only in the system, but it'd be really janky. They'd have to be like, oh, this thing you're doing, you have to go to open if you wanted to count. It'd just be more annoying for people than anything if it was piecemealing it that much. Yeah. Near the end, they are better in open. The main issue that open was having for, like, it was like the first 5 Titans before they fixed it, was that, like, the pineapple would come out and then it would never retract again. Until everyone exited that instance. And of course, you try to tell people to clear the instance, but there's always that guy not listening to local chat. I did know a few times in Open 2. It was kind of fun because there was sometimes some like pro Xeno people trying to gank the anti-Xeno people, being like, "How dare you attack the aliens?" Blah blah blah, and you'd have to fight them. Kind of cool sometimes. Yeah, when the core would jam, or it just wouldn't come up. Like there was like, I think it was like different ones too. Like the first 3, like it was the first few Titans, the core would come up and then not go back in, and then they fixed that. But then there was it would stop actually opening the vents or something. Then they had to fix that one. Yeah, the good old Thargo board is. I really wish they would, like, bring back the Titans in some form. Like, I don't know exactly what form would work. Now that we got colonization, too, it becomes a little harder to do it without pissing off people. Like, yeah, you're disabling my colony. Got 8 Titans decal. I have it on Kezika. I don't have it on Neve, because when Tyrannus went vulnerable, we were on CEA8, and we were out here in V429 Krine when Tyrannus became vulnerable, and Tyrannus died within all of like 3 hours or some shit. Like, I tried to rush back, and I only got like a quarter of the way before Tyrannus was dead. And then the other one came vulnerable like a week or 2 later while I was just still running the expedition back, and I'm like, whatever. I'll get the 8. I'll get the 8 on Kezika. Like, yeah, it was definitely an example of the devs underestimating the community. The devs, I just imagine people in their office like, yeah, we need to tune those numbers. They're having we need an all hands meeting in the number balancing department, guys. We need to really take a look at these stats and get these. Like, I imagine there was a like, hey, we need to have a meeting in the boardroom now. Like, guys, Tyrannus is already dead. And they'd be like, what? What do you mean? Like, what do you mean? We just told it to go. It was like 3 hours ago. What do you mean it's already dead? Well, how did they do that? Like, their numbers far exceeded our estimates. Yeah, I wish I could just be a fly in Frontier headquarters that day, because it was just severe underestimation of the player base. But yeah, I don't know what form it would take to avoid disrupting colonies. What I think would probably, be the most likely possibility to work with bringing the Titans back and stuff is possibly, have them attack Witchhead, because this is Witchhead's not reachable with colonies. There's no way to reach it with the 15 light year gaps. So having a Titan appear in there and attacking some settlements in Witchhead or something would be fun. You could have this cluster here is also not reachable with the 15 light years. So many people have tried, but there's no way to get here without the 15 light year gap. Oh, and I wish they would fix this nonsense. I showed this Crab Nebula, but you get this happening, and it's so apparent when you're in there, and it broke with Odyssey. Crab Nebula is even worse. But yeah, popping it in there, or even maybe, you got Call 70, right? Call 70 sector. Unlock the permit, because in the lore, the Thargoid homeworld is supposed to be somewhere in Call 70, or supposedly. Salome in the Drew Wager novels breached the illegally accessed Call 70 despite the permit with some shenanigans, and was basically immediately surrounded by like 100 Thargoid interceptors. All, you came to the wrong neighborhood, but and like, yeah, we'll leave. So supposedly there's something very Thargoid important in Call 70, Call under 70 sector. So have it where, maybe we start taking the fight back to them or something. Some faction wants to take the fight back to them, and you get some Titans you can attack and Call 70. Something like that I think could work, where you don't run the risk of interfering with people's colonies because they can't reach Witchhead or Orion Nebula or there. And it could actually make sense too, because people have colonized near Orion Nebula. As you see, actually, this is one of my colonies right here. Right next door to it, my colony here that we had built for Distant Worlds 3, and then all that happened. Like, so you have supply points and stuff for the front line of the war, and you get like, pushing on them and stuff. Colander 70, it's COLLINDER is the Colander catalog is what that one stands for. If you ever see COL 70, call 69, call 40, whatever. Whenever you see COL number sector, it's the Colander catalog. COLLINDER. That's what those ones are all about. That's what that prefix represents. They didn't want to make, because otherwise the system names, if you had colander completely spelled out. Just imagine the length of these system names. Like, colander 70, Sector B, all spelled out would be so long. It'd be like, there's one near here. I know it's in the sector that Emily is in. That's all. That's why I'm Googling Emily. Right down here at the end, there's a ridiculous, there we are. You'd have them all looking like this nonsense. I think, honestly, I think this is like one of the longest ones that I've ever been able to find too. It's EES 2009 Pro CA J03286006 plus 3122826. Oh, this one's pretty long too. I don't know if that's longer or which one's longer though. I think EES 2009 Pro CA is still on, but this is pretty fucked up too. Some of these, oh, there's another ES 2009 Pro CA over there, yeah. This one's weird. They have some of these ones that aren't actually catalog stars, but they give them custom names. Like Emily is in here. There's a Volkov in here. But yeah, this particular sector has a lot of weirdly long ones in it. A lot of the 2 mass, but then you also get this weird ES 2009 Percier and whatever the heck that other one was. See, it's like these ones are so long that it's like ... 2009 Percier. That's the only time I've ever seen it actually do that. Where the actual the galaxy map shortens the system name at the start by doing ... Like, I don't think I've ever seen that on anything else except for these EES 2009s. Like even this, yeah, even SSTC2D, the CXONGC1333, like they aren't doing that, but the EES 2009 it's like ... at the start until you select it. Only time I've ever seen that. Vulnerability took a few days to achieve. Yeah, the final assault was just like rapid. Yeah, it was like after the final hearts, Tyrannus. It was like, I swear, the Tyrannus was within a day, wasn't it? It was like a matter of hours. I specifically remember I was trying to buckyball back. And I was on when it became vulnerable. I wasn't even able to make it back in time. Was it 3 days? Huh. I could have sworn it was within a single day. Was it 3 days including the actual detonation though? So was it really more like 2 days? Huh. I guess that could be, yeah. That might have been why, yeah. Okay, yeah, if it was like 2 days. I think it went vulnerable on the day I still had to run the events here. And then I was doing some stuff on Kezka for it. Because I had to stay here and do the events that first day. And then it was like that second day, that's like, was when I was gonna, shoot back And then it probably just didn't last even through that whole third day. That's probably, yeah, that makes sense then. It was like less than a day for what I was able to try and get back, basically, because of that. That's probably why I'm thinking it less than a day. So I only had less than a day to get back because I was like stuck there for the first probably 2 days, effectively. All right, let's see. What were we doing here after all that discussion of various things? Let's see. Okay, we skip. Nothing interesting there. Let's go to the next system. Oh, yeah, I mean, someone suspect Bernard's Loop was their old home system. Yeah, somewhere near there. Yeah, there's like in the lore, Colander 70 has like a lot of Thargoid activity, which is why it's actually permit locked. Because there was the company that built like the Capital class, like the Farragut and the Majestic class interdictors. The company that built those for the Federation of the Empire had a base in there, and then it started getting massively Thargoid attacked. And then there just was a shit ton of Thargoid attacks in there. This is why, in the timeline before Elite Dangerous launched, was like why they actually closed down that sector.
Fuels disengaged.
But it like wasn't publicly known because it was like the secret, the club or whatever.
Frameshift drive charging.
The real reasons, like the gameplay reasons, I don't know. The FDev wants to reserve that for something. I know, like FDev keeps saying, "Oh, future content, blah blah blah." I was like, okay, where's the future content? Give us this future content, please.
2, 1,
Like that would have been like instead of just yet another station. Like, no offense to FDev with the new station, but besides yet another station in deep space, which it's kind of cool that there's one out there. But what would have been really cool would have been what is it, Pria 5 or something. I don't know what it's called. Because there's like some permit sectors. There's like a permit sector over here. There's a permit sector like up here on. I'm totally off sector. There's like a permit locked region around here on the way to Beagle Point. There's like another one like over here. There's like another one over here somewhere. There's like a few different ones scattered about. And then of course there's all the ones we know about around Bernard's Loop. Cone Nebula as well. Like that would have been a really cool thing for like to do with this remote. It's like, okay, go up to the Pria 5 or whatever the heck the thing is called. And then boom, it gets unlocked and everyone can go in and get a whole bunch of fresh explored systems. Depends where the link's from, Knife. Actually, wait, what happened to Haddad? I don't remember that one being that fast. Yeah, 1 day, 17 hours for Haddad. What the hell?
Fuel scooping complete.
Maybe Haddad was the one that I was thinking of. What was the date? Wait, what was the date for Tyrannus and Haddad? Does it say what the dates? Oh, they're in there, yeah. 2024-02. That was 2025. Oh yeah, no, it would have been Tyrannus. Would have been during CEA then. Oya would have been after CEA. Why didn't I get Oya then? I don't remember. Huh. Yeah, something happened to her dad. Oh, that's what I need to look up too. I need to look up, there's canon site for the various origin systems, because I actually had one of the systems, just one of the little waypoints I threw in on for CEA8 is Kokio's origin. Here it is, I think. This is, yeah, Kokio's origin. So, like, yeah, because it just happened to be along our route. So this is actually the first star system that Kokio's little anomaly in the skybox showed up from, leaving from this system here. So I was gonna look up, because Canon has a page that shows them all, and I was gonna look up where Taranis was as well. It's not necessarily an interesting system, but it's like, yo, that's where Kokio originated from. Taranis originated from... It technically originated inside the permit-locked Cone Nebula region. That's what I remember, but it's whatever one was closest to that you could get to, though. Yeah, because I remember, yeah. It was a Cow for All Seasons was like the first one to spot Taranis, because they were just out there for some random ass reason. And they're like, what is that? In the sky. I just think it's so funny that, like, of all the people to find it, for a Cow for All Seasons. Yeah, it was somebody, like, it wasn't even that, it was someone noticed it in the background on their stream, because they were doing some sort of, like, just going around to places and doing, like, PvP fights, taking people around the carrier and doing PvP fights in weird different places, and I guess they were near the cone, and someone's like, there's something weird in your skybox, what is that? Or something, or it was something like that, yeah. But that's why it's so funny that, like, a Cow for All Seasons, like, of all people to be the reason it was first seen. Like, because they were just messing around and wanted to do some PvP out near Cone Sector for no particular reason. It was either that or it's like he had the cannon plug-in and it tripped off the hyperdiction, and then Cannon's like, what the fuck? Well, why is there a hyperdiction over there? It was one of those two, and I can't remember. I'd have to look it up. But I specifically remember it being Cow for All Seasons for some weird... was out there for some reason.
System scan complete. Frameshift drive charging.
Yeah, when was it Dad's, May 24th, yeah. I was gonna expect to be like, oh, it fell on, like, July 4th or something. Like, oh, yeah, maybe that's why it was the fastest. There's so many people or something. No, yeah, whatever happened to her dad? They got wrecked. It got his shit pushed in, apparently.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scoop disengaged.
Fastest heart kill rates, though. I think maybe that might be what I was thinking of on Taranis too. Maybe its hearts were going down super fast to start, then they got it balanced. I think real emergency, because it's like more than twice the heart kill rate of the second one. So I think that maybe might be also part of what my memory just mixing up mixing up what actually went so quick. Probably have to have seen that they're like, the first heart is, they almost got the first heart in under an hour, or like barely over an hour. You need to like rebalance these numbers stat. Like, otherwise, it's gonna be down in 8 hours. Like, yeah, that might be what I was thinking of. Yeah, that like it was going to be like a matter of hours. You know, it'd be another. It kind of sucked for the people it happened to, but another way that'd be really interesting for like a Titan thing to appear is like somebody like starts doing like a colony chain somewhere, like somewhere near Bernard's Loop or something, and all of a sudden like they go to claim one system, and then a Titan pops up there like no further, and then the community has to fight back and to let this guy continue colonizing. That would be kind of cool. Like they just randomly get a claim that's just a little bit too close to call 70 for the Thargoid's comfort. And also the Titan's like, no. They could even like fake it too. Like, right? They could even like have like dev commanders call it doing the chain, just slowly but surely, just to kind of make it look like it's actually a player. Like where we got out here? See, what would have been the funny time for that too is if they like they got colonies over on this side now, I think. See, they even got a chain around the back side of Horsehead. They almost, wow, they're actually almost even close to this system that I discovered at Crystal Shards way back in the day. Yeah, just let them colonize over here, and all of a sudden Titan's like, no. You know. Might be more of a gap there, but yeah, that like something like then. Or if they got real, yeah, if they had only got real early in on the working with Distant Worlds train too, like the whole how the Distant Worlds people brought the chain out here, and just FW just like, okay, you guys, yeah, you'll be able to go out there, you'll be able to get near Messier 78, you know, whatnot. I wonder if that unclaimed system's still around there. There was like an unclaimed near one of theirs. And they're like, but then when you go over to this cluster over here, Titans will attack, and you know, we'd like you to push over there, but don't tell anyone what's going to happen, kind of thing. That would have been kind of a cool move. I got a colony over there too. I need to build at some point. Can I scan this yet? What? Sounds so... Sounds weirdly weak to me. That all sounds normal. Oh, I did all scan this. Okay, perfect. I'm getting all just distracted. It was such a fun little, just like a teamwork thing. Pop them up sometimes in California. Yeah, I don't know. Somewhere they could pop them up. Yeah, they probably have some invalid systems reserved around in places that could work for a Titan to pop up. I guess Titans kind of take multiple systems though, so I don't know. But I'm sure they could figure something out. I'm sure doing something with Call 70 could be perfect. You know, that future content they keep speaking of. Because they could keep the Call 70 sector. They could continue keeping it invalid while still allowing actual access to it.
Fuel sweeping complete.
Like that's not, you know, unreasonable. Be like, okay, we've unlocked the ability to explore into the Call 70 region, and then they sprinkle in, they hide some Titans in there, and people can go explore in there. They're like, but we're still, you know, Brewer is still restricting colonization access to Call 70 due to concerns about security, blah, blah, blah. They can go with that, and then people explore in there, and someone stumbles across a Titan, and then all of a sudden the Titans that are in there deploy. Like, there's a few that deploy into Call 70. Yeah. Yeah, because they have the invalid. They can set systems as invalid. They've even done it. They've even done that specifically. They took, for the Enclave area, they took and set systems to be uncolonizable that weren't previously uncolonizable, but they went and set them to be invalid so that the Enclave can happen. The Enclave whole thing with the Radicoida could happen. And it was kind of funny because there was a chain that went through what they wanted to do, and so they kind of had to leave that chain. But this whole sphere around that one system, they set them all to be invalid. They could totally do that, and they could totally just unlock Call 70 while still leaving it completely invalid. That is totally a possibility. Like, it'd be really fun too, like to be able to get into some of those sectors. Like, it'd be like Horsehead region. Like, I really want to get really nice and close to the Horsehead Nebula, but no, can't have that. One of the most famous nebula, and can't have that. Oh, really, more part of a nebula, honestly. It's just this tiny little part of the nebula that the Horsehead is. It's kind of the funniest thing. Like, this whole nebula is called the Horsehead Nebula, but really the Horsehead features is this one little tiny little section of it. It's like, yeah, it's like maybe like 5% of the nebula. Like, it's the tiniest little bit of the whole thing.
System scan complete.
Guess what, 92? I don't know. What's 92? Thunderfinder apparently mapped this planet. He found some thunder here, apparently. Nothing else particularly interesting there, though. This is kind of already getting into a more, an area that's a little more percentage explored, right? Due to the sparsity of this area.
3, 2, 1, engage.
Yeah, it was so fun. They rallied the community together. Like, I mean, there was so much, like, people waking up, doing everything. There was so much teamwork on everything. It was really good for the community. Like, hell, make a freaking new race or something, you know? Some new big bad enemy. Because, like, in the lore, there's supposedly a rogue AI that escaped into the Black 2 back into AI wars. That are the reason that the AI were outlawed, because of some rogue AIs that went, you know, almost wiped humanity out. Almost started trying to, you know, We survived it, unlike the Guardians, but apparently, what's in the lore, one of them escaped into the black somewhere. Bring that motherfucker back, you know? Because like in the X universe, the Xenon were such a cool freaking enemy. And it's, it'd be kind of along the same veins.
Body B5B. Non-atmospheric landable with
I mean,
life.
the humanity has to come up with new weapons to deal with them. The AI can adapt their tactics so quick. Crazy stuff like that.
Atmospheric landable with life. May host a new
Crystalline
personal
shards
codex
on one of these. That might be a worthwhile stop we found then. Yeah, new enemy, whole new mechanics, whole new weaknesses. Yeah, and you can spread it out over a year or two, too. You can get a whole thing going.
System scan complete.
Alright, let's see. Bravo 5 Bravo. On this one, Rayfall Mortis. Got footfalls on this thing already, though. Interesting. We have potential crystalline shards here. What is our type? Tungsten, ruthenium, ruthenium. I think would be the type. Go take a look at these. Kind of a shame it's not a good one for like FSDs, because then I might be like, okay, yeah, if it's like a yttrium depot or something, that'd be good to make as like a filling depot for the expedition. Ruthenium isn't really used for that, is it? Yeah, like if it was yttrium or polonium. Search other crystalline shards in here. If we can actually find a good candidate for like polonium or something, that could be a good stop. Codex shards. Mission. Gone. Alrighty. Boop, 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 boop. Get a slight more boost on there. Go. See, we went 257,000 light seconds and we only used like an eighth of our tank. Probably because I also have like 400 freaking tons of fuel on this thing. I have two extra 6s and 2 extra 5s. This scouting Caspian has literally been built to be able to cross the galaxy without refilling fuel. said distance to commander position. That stupid website. Took forever to do that search too, because EDSM's so overloaded. That's the thing too. Like Anthor's, like you could tell by Anthor's tone the other night too that he was annoyed at Distant Worlds because like they didn't give him the heads up that it was happening so that he could actually like get his servers prepped for it. Like he was even like, I don't care that they didn't use my website, but like heads up, like. Right out in. Has some. I wonder if those will be plugged. Where are those? Another Gonge VFL. Let's see which planets they're on. That's the annoying thing with the EDSM search. I wish I could just be like, okay, which one has polonium? Which one has yttrium?
Surface scanned by 50%.
Body
Surface scan
V5B
complete.
may host a new personal codex entry.
Crystal shards down on this planet though for a codex in any case. See what we need for ruthenium.
Engaged.
Actually, I think I even need technically some. I need some yttrium. I could definitely use some yttrium. Ruthenium, I'm probably pretty full on. Eh, 54 ruthenium. Not terrible. Might as well fill up, I suppose.
Landing gear deployed.
I can't remember. Did Spanish's search stuff? Am I able to be like, I want crystalline shards and see which planet it is? Then I can look at the planet and see what the materials would be. Look at that, see.
Low gravity room.
Nevada. It does kind of, yeah. Those Mesa almost looking things. Let's see what does Nevada bring us? Ruthenium. Okay.
Cargo suit deployed.
I like how like we were starting to talk about, oh, you know, FDev, bring us that AI enemy, species, and all of a sudden the game just keeps insisting on playing X universe music. It's like it knows. Winamp is listening, if anything. I don't know about FDev. Them listening is, I don't know, that might be classified as a miracle. You might get the Vatican investigating Frontier to see if Braben's the second coming at that point. Although, as I understand, that is not a good sign. If that... I don't know. We had Father Bill raid last night. You know, where's the raid now? So I can ask them, is that a good or a bad thing? I think the second coming is supposed to be bad in that religion, right? Supposed to be like the end of the world or something. On one hand, the end of times. Okay. So it is the end of the world. Okay. It's been way too long since since my upbringing to remember any of the actual stuff. Elite Dangerous 2 gets announced. Fair trade. See, that'd be fun. Be interesting how they would have to do that, though. And I assume I don't know if their end of the world is necessarily good or bad. I mean, Zoroastrianism, the end of the world's kind of a good thing. Everyone goes to heaven, even the people in our equivalent of hell at that point. But I don't know how it works in Christianity for that. Yeah. I don't know, I'll just look it up after stream. Deep philosophical religious discussions. You one of those stream topics maybe not to get into. I'll leave that to Father Bill to handle, I guess. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Father Bill's pretty chill dude, at least some in the religious community are like that. I think I mentioned on some other stream the other night too, is like actually when I was in high school, it was actually a Catholic priest that helped me convert to Zoroastrianism. It was at the youth home, and part of their mission was letting people practice whatever religion they wanted to. Since he was a PhD, a doctorate in theology, he actually knew where you could get English translations of the Gathas. Yeah, even within the same, like, branches and whatnot. Like even with like Catholicism, I've met chill Catholics, and then I've met the kind that are just like no, just no. I mean, even in any religion. I mean, I've had conversations online with some Zoroastrians there. I'm like, are you sure you've really studied our religion, bud? Like, are you sure this is good thoughts, good words, good deeds? You sure? Search the Spanish. Search by codec. That's not what I wonder. Like, is there a way on the Spanish's search, because they have like some search feature, is there a way I can search on Spanish by like codex entries and be able to find like what specific body and what system has the crystalline shards, so I can see if I can find a yttrium without having to just fly out to all these results in EDSM and be like, okay, which planet's it actually on? Like with some humans, often trying but always flawed. Some more flawed than others. Yeah. There's some more ruthenium. Pretty close to being full. Oop, wow, ow. Oh, that one bit back. 135, 150. To the rock gardens in Nevada. I think it's looking more like Arizona now. Maybe this is more New Mexico with these rocks now. You see any RVs around here? I mean, what else is New Mexico known for besides Breaking Bad, right? I'm just over here like, Jesse, I need the ruthenium. need the mats, Jesse. You need to make the, get the plastic bin with the ruthenium, not just use the bathtub. God, that one scene. I just love that one after Al falls to the ceiling, and then Wall's like, so you were asking why I was having you get that silly plastic container. Now you know. Now I might be full. Oh, I'm full. Okay, that's why it's not picking up. Okay. Hey, how's it going? All right, let's pop over there. There's another system or two on EDSM that showed crystalline shards. If we can find like a polonium or yttrium depot, that might be a good optional waypoint that I can set up for the expedition. Alright, so we're gonna catch over there in the fishing game. Got the branch. Good luck holds at the branch. Yeah, but Aaron followed earlier, and they got a legendary in their first cast. How does that make you feel? Gun gave VC. No, that's where we're at. Try out Ain. 250 that way. Going back a little bit. There's another Gonge. Hold on, Gonge VFL. Let's see where that is. Another Gonge over there, 291. Six jumps, eh? Actually, it just goes through our destination there, though. It's so funny. We're like right next to it. Is why I might as well hit that. Is there a neutron? Let's see if there's neutrons. Wait, I thought I saw one. What? Alright, we'll pop over to our destination real quick. I can search for Star, but what others? Oh, geniuses. Oh, crystalline. Do that. Okay. Oh, I can do that. Okay. Yttrium and polonium. Let's see if this will work. Results. What? Oh. There should be some results. Okay, I must be doing something. I'm doing a galaxy. What do you mean no results? Main fields, reference system. Street Star Thong, heck yeah. All right. Okay, we got some results here now. We can see which ones actually maybe have yttrium. Materials. Okay, so the yttrium's there. Interesting routing though. Let's hit we're gonna hit QWL real quick though. I'll have a reroute once we're over there. But I really wish, I wish they would make the 90, like, a bigger number. Because if you're, if you're going slow, it's nice. But if you're, you're doing, real fast, it just looks like the thing continues. And you easily miss 90. I kind of wish they'd make the 90 a bigger number so you could easily see when you're hitting it. Like, all the Imperials hitting me. Ow. All the Imperials. Some Z's. Had to come to a squad leader for a moment. Heck yeah. God always annoy the squad leaders. Those darn squad leaders. Thicker line. Yeah, something sort of. Like, especially when you're rotating real fast, it's real easy to just miss the dang thing. Show this off for stream real quick. Let's go check out our glowing green gas giant. Someone was actually asking about these earlier. Now we can show them if they're still here. Let the routing start working as well while we're at it. Okay, GTFD 20. Base trash! The one that's targeting for my Nexus, that must be why. Yeah, it's Explore area on my thing is showing me if this is already in the thing. And Space Trash has this one, apparently, is the person who discovered that. At least for EDSM. That's another squad mate. We found Sylvie earlier, too. We found a Sylvie system earlier, Wernick. Now I just gotta find a Wernick system out here, and we'll have the hat trick. Yeah, this is gonna... Yeah, it's actually 2 GGGs on this leg of CEA8. Yeah, it has a ring. This is actually one of the waypoints we'll have on CEA8. Yeah, this is one of them, and then we actually left last night. We ended at pretty much right after Faya Auzi. LVY is also another one. So this is actually one little leg here of CEA goes from this one to this one we're at. Get some scenic mining in. Yes, I bet Sylvie would love to mine in this thing. We could get some team mining going. You know, get tritium hotspots. Oh, I already scanned the hotspots here. It looks like. Let's see what they are. Monazite, Pienite. Yeah, we get the Pienite hotspot. Get some team mining going in while we're on the expedition. That'd be kind of cool, right? It glows green, so it makes my ship a little bit more green than otherwise would be, which is kind of funny because the ship is already very green. Let's show that effect. Let me actually go to livery. We'll turn off the green with our we got cyberpunk paint on this ship, right? Let's just turn our green off. I need to do the actual SRVs while I'm in here too. I keep forgetting to paint those. Let's see. We'll turn our paint off. There we go. That's a nice color, right? They do actually glow, and they actually do put off lighting. I'm really sad. There used to be like these glowing green stars, but FDev fixed it because those things were really cool. But yeah, you can see that it actually... Hey, Queen of Lasers with the raid. How's it going? What's going on there for ya? But you see there is that actual green glow that it gives. I guess I could have just shown it with the cockpit. But it does give that green glow, even without our green paint. So we can actually put our green paint back on now. The laser raid. I was trying to finish Star Trek Voyager. Well, we're in the Star Trek Voyager game, don't you see? That game looks kind of interesting. I have it on my Steam wish list to try. Not sure if I've done that genre before. It's like a bit of management stuff, right? Too. But I liked Voyager, so I definitely would be interested in giving that game a shot at some point. Yeah, the glowing green stars beat the stars. No, there actually were. If the stars were like a certain specific temperature, they would emit green light. But FDev fixed it. It was a bug for a while, but FDev fixed it. I wish they would have left it like the glowing green ships, because they were still really rare too. And it was really trippy when you were on like the surface zones, because like the whole light was green. Yep. No worries. Make sure to always take care of yourself, of course. Always much appreciated. Thank you for the raid and welcoming any viewers that are, if it's your first time here, I'm NiamhKami. I do a lot of Elite Dangerous and some other games too. We're currently doing a Ghost of Tsushima run on our other nights as well, the Monday, Tuesday nights. As well as probably tomorrow. I'll probably do some more Ghost of Tsushima tomorrow, honestly. Right. Load up our squadron decals on our SRVs here. Our very green SRVs now. Oh, you can't because we're in the menu, so it doesn't actually load up the squadron decal itself yet. It's like a green cross. Targoid star detected. Yeah. I'm doing it in the main menu livery. I forgot to paint my SRVs before we left. Gotta do that. There we go, open play there. Can't wait to get around to overhauling gas trains so they have life. Oh, you guys see the green a little bit on my my dashboard there. It was so fun. Probably have a mine. Yeah, I'd say like having a mining event. I could probably schedule up a mining event for around here too, because I think this is actually one of the base camps. No. I thought I did. No, it's not a base camp. Between Dreamer sector. minus 0. Yeah, that one's gonna be that one's actually gonna be an optional, but we're gonna go from crab to this here. We're gonna go on the CEA8. We'll be going from crab nebula to this cluster, or this little nebula, kind of a little cluster, but over to that, and then over here, I'll be shoot down towards 3 gem norm and whatnot, because there's the arm gap goes like out to here, so we don't want to be trying to shoot straight through there. That's just gonna cause stress. Free open source version, really dangerous. What? Or like the I know there's Oolite, which is like a from one of the older elites. I don't think there's a elite dangerous though itself. Source. Unless you mean in the far distant future, maybe when they let it be. Pioneer Space Sim. Is that an actual one? Upcoming game, it looks like. Oh wait, no. Initial release 2006. Inspired by Frontier Elite 2. Yeah, it definitely looks like older graphics. Interesting. I'm surprised I never heard about that back in 2009, 2010. I looked at a lot of different things. Surprised I never came across that one. Yeah, it's one. Yeah, open source inspired by one of the older ones. And then there's, I guess there's Elite, which is, I guess, directly based on one of the older elites. Means text up a second. The ordering of that in the stream about into it apparently delayed the text for some reason. Weird. Well, no, it gave the Queen Laser Shout too. Why did it then double drop text? What did I screw up in my streamer bot? How to delay shout? Oh, you know what? I probably know. Because then Queen chatted, and then it caught the first words for the auto shoutouts. I should probably figure some way to have it check that the person didn't just raid too. Some way to have it, a user variable be like, okay, don't re-shout them out within whatever the 30 minutes or whatever Twitch has. That's why. Geo patch culling fixed. See the dev of it? Down here at Gongai, let's see. Kind of bounces me around. Okay, so Gongai RPD has the yttrium crystalline shards though, so that might be worthwhile. I can add as a optional waypoint because this is going to be the area where people are going to possibly need FSD injections too. So having a make a note of where people can actually fill those up would be good. We're starting to get in the kind of the sparse area space.
3, 2, 1, engage.
I can even look for finding some that are near the NGC or whatever.
Fuel slipping.
Yeah, it'd be kind of fun to have them have like a Elite Dangerous 2 or whatever too, because like one of the things I kind of wish was like, I think I bought the game in like 2015, but then I like only played it for a bit and then like returned to it. Like I got distracted by something else, then I returned to it in 2018. But it's like, Dan, I could have been around for that 2015, 2016, 2017 stuff. That would have been great. I would have totally, you know, I would have totally been one of those ones out there, way out in the black, you know, being like the first into like regions like Izanami or like the, you know, that would have been me. I would have been like, you know, one of the first to Sagittarius A, or like maybe I would have been the, instead of Aramis, it'd be me doing Beagle Point, because I would have totally been all up for that exploration in 2013 or 2014 whenever the game released. Like I would have been all about that. Alternate timeline where Neve bought Elite, you know, when it was actually released, was actually an Elite backer. Alternate timeline, instead of Beagle Point, it's Mustard Point. That's, if anyone likes AUs, someone write a fan fiction about that, please. I didn't actually honk scan this. I should honk scan these as well, just to see if there's anything.
System scan complete.
Nothing interesting there.
Drive charging.
Oh man, actually might have to. Might not get to the shards quite tonight. Hopefully we can. What was it? 7 jumps. We can hopefully get there. A little further down too, though, isn't it? There's a few other options too, so I might see which ones are close to the plains. But this is a good one to verify at least. Actually, let me see. Oh, that's right. I was going to see if that one was actually a space trash system. No. Okay, so it's just EDSM for space trash. Right, AO. OG. BQG. Where is that one? Let's see where this one is. That's a little deeper. I want to see if we can get one like this way. Ungay Tum. Shadgay's back that way. This one we're coming from NGC 19. Not like this. So that could point along there. That one's more reasonably on the actual plane too. Easier for them to get to if they do need the injections. Oh, Blue. There was a waypoint I added to CEA8 that was your discovery.
Fuel slipping. Frameshift drive charging.
I don't know. Maybe I should keep it a mystery. It was, well, at least it was yours in the GEC. It's called Thargoid's Teeth. I just remember seeing, oh, it says Phoenix Blue.
Fuel scooping.
So I'm just like, I'm out here scouting mainly because I just need, basically, like, because this area is kind of sparse, I just basically need waypoints between, kind of, between Crab Pulsar and, like, basically along this route here, between Crab Pulsar and HD 39340, kind of the south there. And then waypoints between there, and then we're going to be heading over to, like, Heart and Soul. I'm kind of, like, looking for more POIs in, like, this kind of region, because we're going to be coming in like this, and then escaping back over that way. Is basically what we're doing. For some of the legs. It's gonna be like a 2-week leg here, so it'll be Crab, and then this leg to get like down to here will be a 2-week leg. We have like a colliding rings as we'll have an event at the halfway point, and then we'll be most other legs for 1 week, and then we'll be at zoom over here to Heart and Soul. Yeah, put it on because of the crystalline shards there as well, and just it being kind of cool and something to stop at because there was like nothing on that, like because it was like, okay, we're just like this whole leg. Like 5,000 light years of no POIs. I gotta have something. That was part of it too. It's like that. This is a big old dearth of POIs out here. That's kind of part of it. Part of the challenge, the planning challenge right now. I think what I want to do here now is I want to find a yttrium and polonium crystal shards too, just as a depot for people to be able to refill their stuff before we get down into the real sparse southern area, especially because they're going to be crossing the arm gap here soon too.
System scan complete. Fuel scooping.
Plus exploration data I can take up to a certain station that just got built. This Caspian may or may not suddenly get multi-cannons equipped to it when I go there, but who knows? A fair number of jumps, so we're gonna just rapid jump these because it is almost near the end of stream. Hopefully I don't miss anything cool. It says undiscovered system, I'll honk it, otherwise I should be able to just... Yeah, that one's just stars.
Frame shift drive charging.
Yeah, I think it was 2 different crystalline shard sites. I think that's what I read on Thargoid's Teeth, actually. I don't know which types they were, though. But it's still cool. Orbiting an ammonia world. That's a big ol' planet there with atmosphere. Kind of big. Bump that real quick. Behind us and down. Let's see how much gravity that thing has. I think it looks like it might be a potential candidate for an event. What do we got? 0.6. Nah. It lied. I thought it was gonna be like more than 1 gravity with how big that was. Rolling that 557 was system discovery. You're just, yeah, in any case, the ruthenium? Was there 2 different types or just 1? I thought I remember there being 2. I don't know. We just got done filling ruthenium at a different crystalline shard, which is what prompted me to be like, hey, let me look for, see if there's yttrium and polonium. That's what kind of prompted me. We just went to Nevada, apparently. It was a very Nevada-looking planet with crystalline shards with ruthenium. So I was like, a good POI could actually be a yttrium polonium one, so that's why I'm heading here now. Because we're crossing a gap, and, a good place people can refill their stuff if they didn't fill them before leaving. It was, you know, it would be a good POI, I would say. Or optional, but hey, here you go if you need this. Like how I found that one on the way to Beagle Point, and they even pinned it in their channel in FleetCom and then banned me a few days later. Because I dared say I was being bored with their expedition on stream, and then conveniently the next day, a whole bunch of shit happened. They were fine with for 3 weeks. We had a whole conversation on that earlier, so we'll just summarize that for now. But yeah, no, the timing was too convenient that they, you know, they had known about and were fine with that thing for like 3 weeks, and then suddenly the day after I expressed sentiment that I was bored with their expedition, I get banned.
Fuel scoop disengaged. Frameshift drive charging.
ADSM by unknown date, unknown commander, whatever this is. Ooh, it's a very bright. Another star out there.
Fuel scooping.
17 bodies. Okay.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Star truck. Bios? There's some bios there. What kind of bios that actually has? Maybe that's the thing I'd point people at.
Body C6. Ammonia atmospheric landable with life. May host a new personal codex entry. Body C1. Sulfur dioxide atmospheric landable with life.
Actually has a possibility of Stram Tectonicus on that one, actually.
Codex entry.
It's rotating weirdly. All the way out here. Actually, I can just check in my ADSM canon thing, maybe. I see it all says unknown for life forms. So we'll have to go map it and look. In 7-second mark. There we go. Let's get in range there, and then we'll see if it has stratum. Go probes. Let's see what we got. Got the stratum or no? Impact 1 down. That one's hit on the back side there. Heck yeah.
Body C6.
Does have stratum, yeah.
A new personal codex entry and has high biological value.
Usually that's somewhat foot-faulted, so it's probably not first, but you know, I might as well hit it up. Probably a good parking spot for the night, too.
Orbital flight engaged.
Right down maximum angle. At least for I don't have the the other stuff because it weighs more than 0, but it's for the armor that we do have. Find that stratum now. See some bacterium.
Landing gear deployed. Low gravity warning.
You know, how did I not, I've not noticed that the casting before. Apparently it drops the SRV facing forward, too. A lot of the other ships face backwards. I never really noticed that before. That's kind of a cool thing, at least that it does. I guess dropping backwards would probably really not work on that one, because you'd have the ramp right there, too.
Stratum tech.
Oh, was it actually backwards in the preview? And they were facing the ramp. That's actually kind of funny then.
Minimum sample distance 500 meters. First partial sample collected.
That's the alloy spica. But I might as well grab these this stratum, this space moss while I'm here. Easy 19 million, even if I'm not the first.
Distance reached. You've traveled over 500.
Plus, my commander needs 0.22 G to be able to easily eat their space soup. They can actually put it in the bowl. As long as they raise the spoon to their mouth very slowly, it won't be an issue. They don't have to drink their soup out of a straw for once.
Second partial sample collected.
Nice, delicious soup being made by our onboard chef. Let's call him Zealand.
Minimum distance reached. You've traveled over 500 meters from previous sample.
Might as well scan the alloy on the way back too, because there was like 3 of those.
Sample collection complete.
Who's the ad?
Aleoida spica confirmed present. Base value 3.39 million. Minimum sample distance 150 meters. First partial sample collected. Minimum distance reached. You've traveled over 150 meters from previous sample. Second partial sample collected.
They are very sturdy leaves on those things, though. Stopped me right in my tracks. Some rebar and forced aloe leaves on those things.
Over 150 meters from previous sample.
The rebar and forced succulents. Just look at these things. Ow. And I can use these succulents as a ramp. Freaking alien succulents. Putting bamboo to shame over here. Shrug that impact off.
Sample collection complete.
Chassis integrity compromised.
Wow. And the rocks cause damage when you hit them, though. See, the succulents didn't seem to cause damage when I hit them, but the rocks sure do. Is it just not obeying my snoozing? What the hell? We're gonna end after I get back in here. I'm back in here for the night. I just need to bookmark that system that we're headed for, so I can just head over that way tomorrow and check it out. Where was it? Okay. All right, let's go take a look here. See who's live. Not YouTube. I don't have the subscribers yet to be able to raid on YouTube. Need 1,000. They locked that behind that. All right, let's see. Who's live? That I know. Father Bill's live. They raided last time. What are they up to tonight? Warrior. Got some override engaged. Let's see. How late did they go? They only started an hour ago. That's interesting. Minnie's live. Project Zomboid. She's been going 5 hours. Is she gonna end soon? I don't know. Who knows? Who knows with Minnie? We'll see how this goes. All right, we're gonna go check out Mini Celeste, another good bean, another Elite Dangerous streamer, doing some Project Zomboid. Apparently, we're gonna check them out. See what she's up to over there, along with Sorceress Ina and something Invader, Phalian Invader. All right, let's go check them out. Give them all of our Storm Chaser crew love, and tomorrow we'll probably do some more Ghost of Tsushima. I've been looking forward to get back into Ghost of Tsushima. So we'll continue our playthrough of Ghost of Tsushima tomorrow, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye-bye.